I missed you last week because it was Thanksgiving, so we didn't have a whole lot happening during the week except a lot of leftovers over the weekend. But and of course, everybody in the United States had a good break. Man, students out here had the whole week off. This is getting ridiculous. They got a week now. They get 2 weeks at Christmas, a week in February, a week in April. No wonder summer seems like it's only 6 or 7 weeks nowadays. But anyway, the Gene, great comment on Arlo and seeing him lately. Of course, everybody old enough to knows that Alice's Restaurant starts off as a Thanksgiving story and is traditionally played at noon on Thanksgiving. 3WK played it a few days later. It was great. It just sort of sucked me in. I was trying to get a few things done. I thought, I'm just going to sit here and listen to this whole thing again. It's always entertaining, even if you've heard it 100 times. And of course, cool little guitar piece too. So it is. We are now into December. We finally got some rain here in California. Sun's back out today. Got a lot of first Friday in December. Today I will be playing to the Los Gatos Christmas tree lighting thing. Last year, I probably didn't tell you, but last year I bailed on it because just about 10 minutes before we were supposed to go on, it started pouring. And I thought, I'm out here with this relatively expensive guitar, and I'm thinking I'm not going to stand out here in the rain and let it get rained on. And anyway, so. First time I've missed one in many years, I think. So, well, let's see. I want to talk about a few things. We got some new stuff up. Got a student review back on board. We saw a few things up there. Jay had a great. I'm going to talk about Jay's. I'm going to talk about pentatonic scales actually here, and not do a review of what he did, because it is really useful information for all kinds of stuff. So I'm not going to lock that up for just the target members. But we got to a review of. So Mark, I had just one or two little suggestions for there, but that was a treat to hear you play that. And one of the big things I said in there was playing along with the record, the recording, the CD, the MP3, whatever you happen to have, is one of the best practice techniques you can do. So that was really cool. Hope there's some useful info in the short review that came on that. So let's see, what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about pentatonic scales. I want to talk about the emoji song. You guys are killing me. This, and I'm sure everybody's feeling the same way. It was really hard to watch that and not just get a goofy smile on your face. As much as I was trying to be a Scrooge and just say, oh man, these guys, what do they think they're doing? Anyway, always a pleasure to hear that. Give me a sign. And let's see, what else do I need to talk about? I guess I'll run. Yep, give you a quick rundown of some of the things that did come out since last week. And I don't know where this is going yet. How distant can we make this? I don't know. Anyway, not quite sure where the rest of that lesson is going, but we got to a few more parts of it over the last couple of weeks. Kind of just, we're starting easy though, with, well, kind of by the book. But it's going to get weirder, I hope. Haven't done the rest yet, so that's usually when I, well anyway. I need some suggestions on it, I think. Let's see, okay, what else did we have? We had another little tip out there that came out. You would have gotten an email about this, hopefully, if the email service is working. And what was that one about? It was that note black or white, something that I think is really important, a really important skill. You have to know the natural notes on the guitar. Now they're much easier on the piano because they're black and white, but you have to have that same black and white mentality of looking at a note and saying, oh, that's a black key. Oh, it's F sharp, you know, and just knowing your natural scale. All the way up to A. It sounds very strange like that, but knowing where the white keys are, really, really useful thing. So, let's see, Vanessa had a cool tune for us, Don Henley. We ran into a little YouTube glitch with it, but we'll see what becomes of that. But really cool tune, Boys of Summer. And then there was something else. Oh, Sandy consented to let me shoot a video while we talked about caged and bar chords and capoing to get in the same key. Anyway, she doesn't mind having a camera on. It's so obvious. I mean, those of you who see our videos. So, Sandy, I want to thank you for bringing all these questions and pieces of knowledge to the rest of the world. So yeah, now when we talked about where to put a capo and what key to transpose something to have a second guitar, or maybe even a third guitar. Talking about the 5 common keys to play in, and that way when somebody's playing at one place, you could have capos at up to 4 other spots and be playing something that will sound a little bit different and add to the overall sound. So that one I hope was kind of useful. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about? We have, after a lot of requests, had people have been asking about getting our stuff on DVDs, and so we have started doing that. And sorry, there seemed to be maybe a little confusion about it, but yeah, we've got out now a pretty cool set that has, it's mostly based on strumming. It's called the Complete Rhythm Guitarist. Now, some of this stuff is stuff we have in the Target program. Just about all of it is. So Target members probably don't need these DVDs, but as presents for friends, they could be a great thing. So what's in there is our strumming packages, strumming 1 and 2, the chord companion, and the practice partner, and then kind of the whole beginning set of lessons as well that talks about just the very beginning. So if you're a beginner, it's a great place to start. And then there's a few other discs included there. There's our little intro to blues, which is something I still have to get to. Good, it's still on my list. J and Pentatonics, that's coming up. Don't go away. The blues, and then the finger picking package is in there as well, and that's a really useful thing. It's a whole course on starting with just simple arpeggios, working your way up to this kind of stuff, and really giving you the foundation to be able to do you get the idea. So, and there is one thing in there that is pretty much exclusive to the pack, called, well, wait, it's called Inside the Mind of a Master Musician. It's basically little ramblings and musings on philosophical stuff, that most of which I heard other people say. So it's more just kind of like regurgitating things, but there's still some interesting thoughts in there. So I encourage you to check it out if you like hard copies of some of the stuff that we have here. And let's see, I think that is it, except for let me double check my list. Talked about just another quick thing to kind of elaborate on. We are about 3/4 sold out for the California camp. So if you're kind of on the fence about the camp, think fast, because I have a feeling, and I know about half of those remaining spots are people from last year that are planning on returning and just can't quite swing it till January or so. So anyway, just a quick heads up. But the last thing I want to talk about is Jay's. Holy cow! What song was it? Wait, it was, oh, there we go. Playing along with, you know, a chord progression and improvising leads is something that can be really, really fun. And a lot of the songs I recommend doing this with are things like Cowgirl in the Sand. 2 chords. Great time to just play your lead using the A minor pentatonic scale. You can move up into pattern 1 on C, you can move up into pattern 2 on D, you can move up into pattern 3 on E, and even up to pattern 5 on G, and all the way up to the 17th fret. Well, I guess I'd really be at the 20th here now, by the time I get back into pattern 6. So those ones are really good for pentatonics. Southern Man, same thing, in D minor. Cowgirl in the Down by the River, basically in E minor, but there's a couple little twists to that. Let me save that for another time. Now, the progression, though, to Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out is more of a ragtime progression and not just like a straight 12-bar blues. So what you really need to do in that one is once in a while bring in a note that's not in the pentatonic pattern but that is part of the chord that's being played. So for example, when we have the C to E7, all of this stuff here sounds fine, but when it gets to the A chord, really good time to get the note in there that's in an A chord that is not in the C pentatonic or the A minor pentatonic scale, and that is C sharp. And then when it comes to the D minor chord, try to use a note that's in D minor that isn't in the scale either. F is the answer to that one. But where I was really going to go with this is better progressions to start with are ones that are straight 12-bar blues. And since Jay mentioned that one of his, an album that made a big impression on him was Unplugged, there are a couple of straight 12-bar blues tunes on there that would be really good for this. One of them is Before You Accuse Me, which I think is an E. What would happen in something like this is we'd be in the key of E, blues, which means we're going to use our E minor pentatonics. And so pattern 6 could happen down here, open, or at the 12th fret. Frets get really close together there. Or we could use one of the other patterns where they belong. And one that would sound really good here is pattern 5, which would be ending at the 12th fret. So from the 6th string to the 1st, we'd have 10 and 12, 10 and 12, 9 and 12, 9 and 12, 10 and 12 again. So everything at the 12th, then 2 10s, 2 9s, and 2 10s. That's a great pattern. And the E, that would be the tonic or the root of this mess, is on the 3rd string at the 9th fret. A really fun thing to do with a song like this is just play fills in the 3rd and 4th measures of each line. They're singing here. To have a nice little turnaround. What I just did right there was went to notes out of an E7 chord, a D and a B, 3rd fret and 4th fret of the 2nd and 3rd strings, and worked them down half step at a time until it got to the notes out of an E chord and to our B7. So Cool little turnaround again. Sound like American Woman? Could also use notes at the 4th fret of the 1st and 2nd strings, 1st and 3rd strings. Another really typical blues turnaround. 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and land back on E. Now, I was killing the 2nd string, but I didn't have to. Or you'd sometimes hear it played like this. That's not pentatonic. Anyway, so I was going to talk about one more song on there in a different key. It's in G, in an open G tuning. Walkin' Blues is also straight 12-bar blues, and so in that one, put yourself at G, put pattern 6 there. And you should be good to go. So, maybe I'll bring more of this in next week. We'll talk about some of the other things that you can do with blues and stuff. Although there's all kinds of lessons here that have that laid out. But the progression in Nobody Knows You is more ragtimey, meaning it uses a lot more major chords. It's not just 1, 4, and 5. That's kind of what I mean. As is San Francisco Bay Blues. So, pentatonics don't work as well for stuff like that. Okay, that's enough for today. I gotta go practice my Christmas tunes. Oh, maybe I should do a new lesson on Christmas. Any requests out there of people that might like to have another finger-picking version of a Christmas carol? I don't know which ones I haven't done. There are a lot on my album. Let me think. And they've probably all been done. Oh, I don't think I ever did this one. That blues ending. Anyhow, okay, that's it. I gotta go brush up on tunes for our little sing-along here out in front under the big Christmas tree in town, and I will be back next week.